really excited to introduce you to these practices. They are two of the most fundamental and foundational practices of self-love that I have personally experienced such enormous change and transformation from these two really, really simple practices. So if you are familiar with mirror work, or you may not be familiar with mirror work, for these practices, you are going to need a mirror, preferably a full-length mirror for the body practice. But if you've just got like a head and shoulders mirror for the eye gazing practice, then that is fine too. So what you'll be doing is you can put some music on. I have some playlists linked for you. And with the eye gazing practice, you will be gazing into your own eyes, focusing on your left eye, which is our receiving eye. So the left side of the body is the feminine, and the feminine is the receiving, and the right side is the masculine pole, and that is the giving. So really focusing on the energy of giving and also receiving love. And it can feel a little bit weird just to begin with, but I really encourage you to stick with it, because some of my most beautiful and most connected points to myself have been through eye gazing and really looking into your own soul. They say that the eye is the window to the soul, and it's really true. And how often do we really just see ourselves? And this goes into part of reparenting as well, and starting to really build that foundation of safety within ourselves again, is to really get intimate with ourselves and to get to know ourselves and to reconnect with our soul essence. It can be a really emotional practice, so make sure that you have some tissues with you as well, because I know that I have been in floods of tears just from the awe of, oh wow, like this is me. So it's a really beautiful practice, and I'm really excited for you to do that. The body practice as well, some people can find it triggering and some people love it. It just depends on the kind of person that you are. There is no right or wrong. We all experience our own bodies differently. From my personal experience, I was from modeling at war with my body for such a long time, and I think that a lot of the time as women as well, we're so hard on ourselves when it comes to our bodies. So this is a really beautiful way for us to reconnect with our bodies and really see our bodies and really love on ourselves and really appreciate how incredible our bodies actually are and how hard they work for us as well. So with the body practice, depending on how you feel about your looks and your body and how you've spoken to yourself in the past, what I would encourage you to do, and this is what I did in my experience, but if it doesn't feel aligned or if it's not quite landing or resonating for you, then I encourage you to follow your gut as well. This is all part of rebuilding that connection with our bodies, really being able to listen to, okay, what is too much for me? What can I handle right now? What can I not handle? But for me, when I was going through this process, I think it was about 6 years ago now, I was booked in to have a bunch of surgery because I convinced myself that I needed to change the way I looked to be able to get the jobs and to book the jobs. And so I cancelled that and decided that I needed to love myself first before I went and got a bunch of surgery. And it was the best decision that I have personally ever made. But what I did was because I recognized that I told myself a story about the way that I looked based on what I thought I should look like. So I would tell myself and praise specifically the parts of my body that I was really hard on myself with and give extra love to those body parts. So I would encourage you to do the same. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, start off and see how it feels again in your body, but really giving extra love to those parts that you've been the most horrible to. It can be difficult. Again, have some tissues nearby, because we actually can be surprised at how really seeing ourselves and really looking at ourselves and acknowledging our own bodies, and how emotionally triggering sometimes that can be. So again, referring back to the resourcing video and just giving yourself some love as well. Throughout this practice, I also encourage you to touch yourself, to touch your body, to have skin on skin contact, and really just look at yourself. Obviously, you'll be looking in the mirror. I'm looking at my arms here. But to really just look at your body and to take it in and to just start to move and to see how it naturally wants to move, and really step into this space of worship for the incredible vessel that carries you day to day. And skin on skin contact as well. If you think about like mothers and babies, it's really encouraged to have skin on skin contact. So as humans, we actually crave that. And so we can also give that to ourselves. So by really eyeballing ourselves and touching our faces and touching our lips and touching our breasts and touching our pussies and touching our butts as well, like realizing the juiciness and realizing like just how amazing it feels to reclaim our bodies for us, right? To be able to touch our own bodies in whatever way that we feel like we want to, because there's so much in the media and there's so much shame around like women can't touch themselves like XYZ. No, we're reclaiming our bodies for us. We're redeveloping that connection with our own bodies. So this is a really beautiful practice, and you can do it to music, and you can do it in this beautiful low light as well. Like create a sanctuary, create a ritual space, a worship space for you to really sink into this. It can be quite confronting, so I just wanted to, I know I've said that a couple of times, but you would be surprised, and I don't want to scare you off of this because it is such a beautiful practice and it's so healing, and the choice is yours. You can do it with clothes on, or my personal practice was naked twice a day. Every morning and every night I would run my hands over my body and say thank you to my body, like thank you for my like perky handful of breasts. Thank you for my little defined waist. Thank you for my toned, strong arms. Thank you for my muscular, strong thighs that carry me through the day, and they've carried me so far. Thank you to my feet. Thank you for my peachy butt. Thank you for, and I would overly compliment myself because I wasn't believing these things. So I would really hone in on like, actually, like, what is it about this that's special? What is it about this that I love? What is it about this body part that I can really shine on and really celebrate? So I would also recommend keeping your journal nearby for after the practice, because it's really interesting as well to note, like, as you touch your body, what contracts, what expands, like how is your body responding to this kind of touch and this kind of acknowledgement and being seen, being heard? Do you contract and you want to run away? And if you do, I want to invite you, without triggering yourself and without pushing yourself past your edge, but to really lean into it and be like, okay, like, why do I feel like I want to run away? Why do I feel like I want to run from this? Why do I not want to see myself? And really just leaning in, and when you have those moments, which you may well do, imagining this beautiful like ray of light and love emanating from your heart space into your reflection, and really focusing on allowing your body to receive that. So again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. These are honestly so life-changing, and I really want to encourage you to incorporate this into your daily practice. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to necessarily do it with the audio every time. If you want to just relax and receive and be guided with the audio, then please do that. But even just a couple of minutes in the day before you go about anything else, once you've woken up, once you've been to the bathroom, you just catch yourself in the mirror and you can just run your hands down your body and just acknowledge that you're here, acknowledge that you're beautiful, acknowledge like I'm radiant and I'm amazing, and you know, just acknowledge yourself, because there's some such deep wounds around being seen as a woman, or being really like, it's what we most desire a lot of the time, but it's also what we can be most scared of, like truly being seen. So if we can see ourselves and we can be like, I've got you, I've got you, I love you, I am here for you, I will celebrate you, then that's what it invites other people to do in our lives. And it's really, really, really fascinating witnessing how people respond to you when you've been doing this practice for a while, and how they interact with you. It's really, really very powerful. So I hope you enjoy it from the bottom of my heart. I'm sending you so much love.